Hi, welcome to The Big Picture. I'm Judge Penny Wolfgang, broadcasting from the Buffalo Auto Show right here in the Buffalo Niagara Convention Center. What does the future of the auto industry look like after years of COVID and supply chain disruptions? We'll find out. We'll catch up with my friends Shred and Reagan from 97 Rock, who'll answer the age-old question, where's the beef? And in the Tony Farina Report, find out how you can play a round of golf inside. He'll take you to the links. Despite all odds, the Buffalo Auto Show revved up for the first weekend in February. How did they manage to pull off this miracle? We got a chance to talk to Paul Stasiak, the president of the NFADA, and some other experts to find out how they managed to do it. All right, Paul, tell us how you pulled off this miracle. Describe some of the obstacles that you had to go through to pull off this auto show.
I appreciate you realizing it's a miracle, but this was like none other because a lot of moving parts. You know, we had to deal with the pandemic and people, you know, with the COVID protocols, lack of inventory, microchip problems with inventory shortage. So this was like none other, and it was truly a team effort. And I don't mean team just the NFADA. Our dealers rallied behind this to ask the manufacturers to make Buffalo a destination for a show again, and I'm very thankful. We're all thankful.
You kind of pointed out that you're one of the only auto shows in Western New York here that was able to go ahead with it.
We're one of the major shows in the Northeast. There are 17 shows around the country, I guess, that are canceled, and you know, we took that Buffalo mentality. We're not going to give up, not going to give in, and we're going to keep moving forward.
Never quit, never quit.
Never quit.
As we well know. It seems like there's a lot of emphasis on the cars, automobiles. What about that? And is that right?
Yes, without question. I mean, everybody's talking about the car of the future, and honestly, it's pretty much going to become the car of the present. The manufacturers are starting to build more of them. They're more economical, they're more powerful, they got a longer range, and they're more affordable. So we've got a whole room of them in there, the Energy Zone, and it's going to give Buffalo and a community a chance to see and learn, listen, and touch.
What about the alleged shortages of cars and of inventory? People are saying, oh, there's no cars on the lot, we can't find the car we want. What should they do? Come
to the auto show. There are no cars on the lot. It's no secret. So they can come here and see 5 different Lincolns, and a customer can come in because no dealer might not have 5 Lincolns. So the dealers have synergized the resource to have a car from a store so they can properly represent their line. So it'll make it a lot easier on the consumers to come here, see the car, because instead of driving to 3 or 4 locations, and then do the rest of their homework when they leave.
Well, speaking of Western New York, which we are, let's talk a little bit about the automobile industry here in Western New York, the plants and how they're doing and how they will be in the future.
Yeah, they'll be fine. As you know, Lockport plant got a $134 million contract. The engine plant's in the works to retool some things. Ford stamping plant will be stamping electric vehicles as much as gas combustible engines. So we've got a rich history of employment, production, capacity, and I don't see that changing in at least my lifetime.
Oh, that's good. What about as a career? People should be thinking about becoming mechanical engineers, automotive engineers.
Electrical engineers.
Electrical engineers, I should have thought of that.
No, that's true. It's a very valid point, Judge. It's our business is always looking for good people. We're like the Marines, but you know, the sophistication on the cars requires a higher talent in some cases. You know, we've got a great range for those that, you know, may not want to be an engineer, and we got those that want to just, you know, be a mechanic and technician on a car just to change oil, rotate tires. So we've got something for everybody, and that's another thing you'll hear at the show. People are going to be looking for people.
And another thing we may not hear at the show, but we hear every day, and I don't know what they're talking about, there's a chip shortage.
Yep.
What does that
there's
mean?
an inventory shortage,
Okay.
and there are no cars in the lot, so come to the show, and that thing will take place for another couple months. So if you come to the auto show, they're going to be able to tell you what model to get, the most efficient and the quickest.
And will they be able to like order or say, I want this one, but I want
Yes.
purple, or I want automatic windows, I want this, I want that.
Yeah, if you see a red car in that model, you like that one and that. So the purpose of the show is to say, I like that model, but I like that color. And in the past, we might have had that model in that color, but they don't anymore. So that's the beauty of coming, and then they can leave and figure out that combination once they've been in 50 or 80 cars.
Well, it's easy for me. I only like red cars.
Ah, then you got one right here.
Hey, I heard there were some celebrity cars that you got, and I actually just looked at one and stood next to my friend Russell Salvatore's Bentley. But
Of course. Russ is terrific in his community, and we created a little specialty celebrity section, and what would it be without having Russ in the show? So he brought his Bentley in, he set up a little display, of course, to showcase one of his toys, and Dr. Shakin, the Shakin collection, he brought in a Rolls and a 64 Corvette. He's got a little small collection, so it's a small sampling. We've got Bill Carroll's Pink DeSoto, and we've got another Hearst Cutlass. So it's the first time we've done it, and hopefully it's a tradition we keep for many years.
It's just it's really, really a great idea. Now, if somebody wasn't able to get to the show because of, I don't know, a million reasons, weather, whatever, what can they do now to get an idea of what was going on?
Well, I think you should just call your local dealer. I mean, I think that's the starting point. Go to a dealer, have him talk to him, go online and do the rest of the homework. I mean, if you go online, you're going to miss the feel. You still need to get in the car, smell the car, drive the car. I don't care what industry it is. People say they buy them online, then they have problems. There's a lot of returns because they didn't get it, didn't fit, didn't drive the way they want. So go to your car dealer after.
Okay, and before we go, can you tell us a little bit about how you got to be Mr. Automobile Show?
I'm a religious kid from Sloan, and I pray a lot, and I started with Ford, and never thought I'd be an event guy. I never thought I'd be in the lobbying business, but I don't have an answer for that. Just pure luck. I'm in the right business at the right time with the right people.
Well, we're lucky to have you here in Western New York, Paul. Paul, tell us about all the excitement on e-vehicles. Tell us about the good and the bad.
Well, the good is that Ford is fully invested on Ford EVs. We made a major investment in Kentucky and other parts of the country where we're going to be building our own batteries to sustain our future in EVs. And as you can see behind us, we're electrifying our main name brands. F-150, the iconic truck, is all EV, and Mach-E, our Mustang, is all EV as well.
So the big question is, where will people be able to get gas, and where will they be able to get the upkeep of them, and will there be a problem?
So upkeep is pretty low key, obviously no oil change and things like that, but what's really interesting about the EVs and Ford, you have a Ford Pass app. That app will tell you exactly where all the charging stations are around you. So you pull your app up and you say, I want to go this direction, it'll give you all the charging stations around you and guide you to them if you need to go there.
I didn't mean gas.
Don't even need gas. It's all electric, that's all you got to do.
Yeah.
But it's very convenient now. We make it as simple as possible. And now, like I said, you can literally chart your course. It'll tell you where the nearest refill station is for you.
Should we talk about the expense? Is it going to be a lot more than, buying a non-E car?
Yeah, I mean, the whole industry is going towards EV. That's the big buzz now, but we've been making billions of investment into the EV portfolio. So by 2025, we'll have a majority of our major nameplates will be EV vehicles. Explorer, as we said, F-150, Mach-E, all of our commercial products. It's where the industry is going right now.
We're very, very fortunate that we have a big Ford plant here in Western New York. Tell us about its connection to the auto industry.
Well, the Buffalo stamping plant is a huge part of our portfolio, as you know. Been ingrained in the framework of Buffalo for decades now. Thousands of employees that build our great products for us, and it's a great partnership we have with the UAW there and Ford Motor Company to provide products.
And it's only going to get better in the future?
It will. As our portfolio expands, the Buffalo stamping plant is a key part of what we're going to do in the future.
Betty, tell us about the foundation, the good work of the foundation, and what charities have benefited from the work of the foundation.
Thank you, Penny. So the foundation was founded in 1999 under the name NFADA Charitable Foundation. We are now known as the New Car Dealers of Western New York Charitable Foundation because by and large it's the new car dealers that have generated all the funds for over $3 million in grants that we will have issued by the end of tonight's program. We have several one-year grants, we have several multi-year grants, including $250,000 to Explore More Children's Museum, to transport children for field trips, $150,000 to Wings Flights of Hope, $30,000 a year for 5 years for a pediatric fuel fund. And tonight we will be announcing 6 very exciting grants, some of which will really change the lives of Western New Yorkers. One in particular will benefit people that have suffered from traumatic brain injury, spinal cord injuries, and other debilitating accidents and neurological disorders. So the foundation continues to do great work, and we're very grateful to the media and the sponsors who give us an opportunity to showcase this work for our community.
Well, we're grateful to you for all the hard work that you've done.
Thank
and
you.
we're so glad that you can be back, I'm sure.
We're certainly happy to be back after a one-year hiatus. This is a very exciting night for us and for the community.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Here we are right next to Russell Salvatore's beautiful Bentley and almost Russell Salvatore himself. Coming up next, we'll go to the links.